Hey guys, it's Rio from laptopandrifle.com. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I would do another one. I'm here on my property, beautiful Northern California. It's starting to be summer now, and I just got back from a 7-day backpacking trip. I hiked about 85 miles. I was out there for about 6 nights, and I'm really happy with some of the gear I took with me, so I want to talk about that today. So here's my pack. I'll pull out some of the stuff that I want to talk about. I want to start with the solar panel here. Disclaimer, I'm the designer and owner of this product, Bootstrap Solar, as some of you may know. This is a 5-watt solar panel, and I believe 5 watt is kind of a good size. A lot of solar products out there might be like 3 watts or 1.5 watt. I think to really get enough power you need 5 watts. And this is it's super light, and it's got a fiberglass backing, so it's pretty durable. I've knocked this thing around, haven't had to worry about it. And this panel will, in about 2 hours of sunlight, generate enough power and put that power into this battery pack. I'm just using some duct tape to hold down the cables. And this is a battery pack here. It's got 2 USB ports. And what I like about this panel versus some of the other designs, and of course, again, I designed it, so of course I like it, is that it's small enough that I can put this on the top of my pack, right? So during the day, my panel is up here, and the sun is obviously overhead, so this gets a lot of really good direct exposure. A lot of the other products out there, they're designed so that the panels sort of hang down the back of your pack. I don't think that works very well, because usually the sun is over your head, it's not behind you, right? So if the panels are sort of hanging vertically, they're just not going to catch as much solar energy. So yeah, the solar kit's pretty awesome. It works really well. I use an iPhone for navigation, and I was able to keep my phone charged. It would go down to maybe 20% every day, and then I could charge it at night, and I was able to keep my phone charged the whole time. So that was pretty great. There's the battery pack. Okay, so the other cool thing about having USB ports is that anything that powers off of USB, I can charge from it too. So I'll just go through some of those things. So here I have a Sterilizer. This is a UV-based water sterilizer. So you stick this into your water container. It's got the, let's see if I could get this off. It has a UV lamp down here. You stick this into, you know, like an Nalgene bottle or whatever, and it will sanitize water. And this has its own battery, but of course it has a USB port, so I can charge this off of my Bootstrap Solar battery pack. Another thing I had with me that I really liked was this headlamp. Some company called Bosavi. It's one of the few, possibly only headlamps I found that also can be charged using a USB cable. And it's the same kind of USB cable as the Sterilizer, so I just have to carry one cable around. I didn't have to charge this very often. It only went down to maybe like half battery capacity, if even that. But I did top it off once during the trip. And at night in my tent, I also like using this Goal Zero USB reading light. Goal Zero is actually another company that makes solar products that are kind of similar to these, so you say it's kind of a competing company, but I really like their lamp. And as you can see, it's very bright. I think it's like a 2.5 watt light. So put that in your tent, and you don't need to use a headlamp or anything. I had a book with me that I could read. And yeah, let me talk about some stuff I got down here. This is my tent, of course, and I've got this Platypus gravity-fed water filter. So I used a combination of this water filter and the Sterilizer. And this thing, there's basically a bag. There's this pouch that you can fill up with water, and then the filter is over here. So one end of this hose goes into the pouch, and this is the filter unit here. And this end, of course, hooks up to your water bottle. And I used the combination of this filter to get rid of sort of the big stuff and the SteriPen. I think the filter alone should get rid of sort of most bacteria, but I think the SteriPen possibly kills viruses that the filter won't get. Viruses tend to be much, much smaller than bacteria. And one other piece of equipment I want to talk about, just make sure there's no dirty underwear in here, is this. It's the Biolite Stove, and let me just try to get this out of the pouch. I met the CEO of this company at Maker Faire last year, and we exchanged our products. I gave him one of my solar kits and gave me this. And the way it works is, trying to assemble this one-handed. It's a little tricky, but doable. There we go. So it comes in two separate units. This orange thing over here houses a thermoelectric generator and a fan and a battery unit. So the way it works is once you get a fire going in here, there's this thermal conductor over here, channels heat away, and then using a thermoelectric generator generates electricity, and then there's a fan inside that blows air into sort of the combustion chamber. And so you get a really, really hot and really efficient fire. So you get very little smoke, it's very hot, you can boil water like no time. And of course out here, you know, when you're in the woods, there's plenty of wood to burn, right? And you know, just like looking on the ground here, there's like stuff like this, you know, you just burn little stuff that's on the ground, and it works really well. And so basically, if you have one of these things, you have, you know, unlimited fuel. You're never going to run out of cooking fuel. And the other cool feature of the Biolite is that it has a USB port. So ostensibly you can charge things from this port. I found that it's a little bit, sometimes it charges things kind of slowly, or some things won't charge. For instance, the SteriPen I have wouldn't charge for some reason. I don't know, it might just be, might be me. You might have better luck. So what I have actually is this USB to DC cable, and I can plug in this USB cable into the Biolite, and then the DC cable into the input port of the Bootstrap Solar battery pack. So currently I have the solar panel plugged in, but it's got two input ports, so I can plug in this as well. So now what I can do is, you know, when at night, when I'm cooking dinner or boiling water for dinner, I could generate power with this guy and then put the power into here, and then from here I can charge at, you know, up to 2 devices at once. I might charge my SteriPen or my flashlight or my iPhone, and that was a really cool system. So, you know, worst case, if the solar panel breaks or it's cloudy all the time, there's not enough power, as long as there's wood, this thing will generate some power. And then as long as I can generate power, I've got light. I don't have to worry about batteries running out. I can sterilize water. So basically, sort of the setup over here gets us, you know, infinite cooking fuel, electricity, light, and clean water, basically, or at least sterilized water. And that's pretty cool. And I think that's pretty useful for, you know, whether you're a backpacker or you're a survivalist type, or you know, or you just want something to keep around for emergency use. Those are some products that I recommend. So that's pretty much all I had. I mean, obviously there's a lot more in my pack, but those were the main things I wanted to talk about. I'll include links to all the products I talked about in the video, and also probably on the blog post. So from sunny, beautiful Northern California, that's it for today. Thanks, guys.